sure that as I set up the SketchUp file, maybe we can just watch this one too, so that it makes sense when you do this later. Um, the idea here is when we do SketchUp files, I want to make it in part of a workflow that is easy to design and edit in, right? So part of the workflow is taking the buildings, making them components, copying the components out here so that I can easily see the impact of my design on the various elevations. I think I've shown this to you already. All right. So the next thing is to create views so that we can quickly do exports, right? And to extract them so that we want to print a progress set and we just go. So because no one looks at the 3D stuff, right? No one ever looks at 3D stuff. No one, we don't assume anything. I sent you um, the 3D link in case you do want to look at those things, right? But for now, it doesn't matter. The next thing here is layout. What is layout? Layout is a software that is used to like think of it as a sheet set manager or a layout or Revit sheets, right? So what I did here was I opened up Armor and I'm going to save it. I was saved it as Halldale. I saved it inside the SketchUp folder in Vim. All right. And now I'm hoping to like do a little bit more on like title blocks and stuff, but for now we'll just keep it like this. And then the next thing is make sure that we're importing the right stuff. So there just happens to be a couple of pages in here. And I'm going to go click on this, and I'm going to say, hey, I actually want to relink the model. Instead of going to Ardmore SketchUp, I'm going to pick up Halldale SketchUp. So what that should mean is that it should pick up all the views from Halldale. And then same thing. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just delete these. Okay, so now here, I want to say what view I want to use. Let's do Axon 1, right? And so now I'm going to do duplicate 3 times. So I actually think I'm going to put this one first. Oh, I don't know how to move these things anymore. Um, no idea. All right, well, forget it. The next thing is, how did I create these, right? Um, SketchUp has a bunch of camera tools, which I pulled out here. Let's say we want a view from, because I have the views for a lot of the other stuff already. Let's say we have a view from here, looking at this building. So I'm going to click on this, I'm going to drag it. So this is where the camera is located, this is where it's looking at, all right? And then the eye height, you just type in directly. It should be like 5 feet, but there's a lot of elevation here, so it's going to be like 7 feet. And this is kind of the elevation we're looking for. It's horrible. Feel the zoom. I'm going to make this 75 just because I just need it to be a little bit more oomph. And then I actually am going to zoom back out a little bit. I'm going to be in the street now. Try it again. This way. So there's a lot of figuring things around. And then from here, I'm going to click 2-point perspective, which is really important. That's how you get the camera to work well. And then I'm going to, unfortunately, have to zoom back a little bit more. It's too sharp. 50 feet. Um, I think I lost my point, so it's supposed to be like this, and then 7 feet up. And now kind of get closer. I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Scrolling to zoom in. And that's kind of the view I want for this unit, which will be, I'm gonna call this, I'm gonna add a new sheet. I'm gonna call this A, building A, right side. Different names, different conventions. This is how I'm doing it. So I have the left, I have the front, I have the right, I have the near left, building B left, building B right, and then I have whatever CL is, center left, and then parking, which is all the way at the end. So those are the views I have. I'm looking at the site here. I'm thinking, do I want other views? I just don't think I want any other views. Um, I think I have everything already, so that's why um, I need a light pole here. This is gonna be a big one. Do you remember what the light pole size was or height was? 50? Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure how to do a line in this one. I actually don't know how to do that. Yeah, so it's like you have to like do something crazy. So for now, let's just do this here. Something like this, right? That's what we're doing. We're gonna do a pipe or something, but it's gonna look funky. I really hope it's here and not like hitting here and then travels through this way. And when I say that, I know they're gonna make me do that. Huh. Okay, so I have these views. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna go back into the layout, and now I'm gonna say let's duplicate these pages, and then let's set this views up. I can actually override in here and say different styles too, and different rendering modes as well. So this is like on top of what SketchUp is doing automatically, but I'm going to keep it simple for now. Um, duplicate a bunch. All right, pretty simple, right? Um, and some of these views we won't use. Some of these sheets we won't use, and we can delete later. At least this way, like I know I have them all in here. I have one last one. I kind of like this view, but it's not realistic, unfortunately. All right, this view's horrible too. Let's see how you do this. So you can do little things like that. Maybe add another view later. Okay, so I'm going to do file save, and then I'm going to go somewhere you can export a PDF set, and then Haldale here you say, 240501 Haldale. I don't know, something like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here, Need to do it for Kingsley, and need to do it for Brownie as well to set up the views, set up the sheets, so that we can easily generate these views. Because then what happens is you go into Bluebeam and you can edit it and talk through it. You can also go into this one and then just go in from there, and we can mark up and edit. But no one else is editing these. Like we could go in here and we could edit through here, but I just don't think we're there yet in terms of capability. And being able to share a PDF is probably easier. All right, that's it. Keep it simple.